Good morning, Derek. First one in the gym. Good morning, Dee. Good morning, Nerdy. Good morning, you guys. Billy D. Faithful. Billy D. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Marky. Good morning, Meow Catzilla. Good morning, Cleaning and Kimberly, the International Kindness Ambassador. Classic. And good morning, Nerd. My favorite smile. Good morning, everybody. Pigs, good morning. He's my favorite snap. Greenie, there's my greenster. Greenie, we gotta hang out sometime in the next couple of months. Good morning, I see Rodman. Good morning. Good morning, you guys. Good morning, good morning. Good morning to you. Whew, what a week. We've had a heck of a week. My K, passing order philosophy, if you cut in line, you're a sociopath. If you speed in your car, you're cutting in line. I wonder why everyone said this for... Because they're still in the dream of the world, Mikey. Because they haven't learned to not take things personal yet. That's why. Because people are taking stuff personal. Good morning, paranoid goats. Good morning to you. Yeah, when you take things personal, that's when things get out of control. Nerd wants to go foraging. Good morning, you guys. Good morning to married Michael. Good morning to all. I'm going to give you guys a couple more minutes to say good morning to each other. And we're going to dive right in. Right? I did too, Derek. I wish we all lived in Colorado. Somewhere near Pueblo. Hey, you know, I saw a thing. I think it was CNN. They named the top 10 most dangerous cities in the United States. Top 10 most dangerous cities in the United States. Detroit, right here where I am, number 5. Wow. Number 5. Guess what number 10 is? Guess what number 10? Most dangerous city in the United States. According to the CNN. No, not Orlando, no, not Cleveland, not Portland, no, not Denver, no. Denver's like never on a bad boy list. It's always on the good boy list. Denverites love Denver. Number 10 on the list, Kimberly. Pueblo, Colorado. What? What kind of crime's going on in Pueblo? Pueblo. What kind of crime is happening in Pueblo? You guys are the ones that are close there. Is that a criminal city? Really, Nerdy? Really, Kim? It's considered a rough town, Pueblo? That's funny. I had no idea. I hear the word Pueblo, Colorado, and I think I think mesas and potentially let's go skiing. I don't know what I'm thinking. But I'm certainly never thought crime. Good morning, everybody. Classic number 10 in the United States most dangerous cities. And it can't be that populated. I mean, what? Every criminal in Colorado goes to Pueblo? They keep a second house in Pueblo? I don't know. Well, I work in Denver, but I live in Pueblo. What? Good morning. Weed saved Pueblo, Kim says. Do they have a lot of dispensaries there? Maybe that's part of the criminal activity. Good morning. That's true, Queenie. That's a good point. I mean, how big is Pueblo? It's nowhere close to some of the other cities that were on the list. Atlanta was pretty high up there, if I remember. But the two that hit me were Detroit, obviously, because I live here, and then Pueblo, because we had been talking about Pueblo a couple of days ago. Yeah, is that right? Kim will live in Colorado City, but she'll teach there. I wonder if St. Louis was on the list. It might have been on the list. Now that I'm thinking. Anyways, they had a lot of crime before legalization. That one caught me by complete surprise. Pueblo. You danger. Good morning. Okay, so today we're using the device that we had been using previous to the device that I just started using. What are you talking about? Am I glitchy? Is it glitchy on you guys today? Or is it too soon to tell? Are we glitchers? Are we glitchinating the whole process? Coming in good today? So far? What a shame. I didn't want to have to do it on the big screen. I wanted to use my little device, but yeah, I think, you know what? I think it was the device, you guys. Thank you, Kat. So do you. Nerdy, so are you. Oh, yeah. Okay. So my head's really big, huh, Kim? This morning. On the screen, that is. Not ego-wise. Good morning, Four Leaf. You have a wonderful weekend, too, my friends. Pueblo, Colorado. What are you guys doing there? This isn't a giveaway list. Another quick question for you guys. From the year 1991 to the year 2021. 1991 to 2021. What was the most favorite dog breed in America? Go. Most favorite dog breed in America. What do you think? That wasn't even a hard question for most of you. Nope, anybody that said Labrador Retriever is correct. Labrador Retriever. The good old lab. Held the spot from 1991 to 2021. There's a dog that 10 years ago was not even on the list of the top 10. And in 2022, it became the #1 breed dog in America. What do you think it is? Since 2022, what do you think our favorite dog in America is? Most popular. It's not the pit bull. It's not a corgi. No, it's not a labradoodle. It's not a golden retriever. It's not a chihuahua. I love min pins, Jimmy, except they're runners. My sister had 2 of them, and you accidentally leave a door open and they're gone. There's nothing you can do to stop them from running. Min pins want to run. They have so much built up kinetic energy. I still haven't seen, you guys haven't gotten the right dog yet. You have not got the right dog. What is it? Since 2022. Am I going to have to tell you guys? Pugs are cute, Nippy. Greenie. I guess I'm going to have to tell you. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Never mind, Firefly in the UK just told us. French Bulldog. The little Frenchies. Frenchies have taken over town. Little Frenchies. Frenchies are so cute. They're the second cutest to a Boston Terrier. Kim Ruffy he's a Boston Terrier, but boy, is he a close cousin to a Frenchie. I love Frenchies. Firefly, they're pretty popular in the UK too. I love me some Frenchies. I agree, Greenie. They got some breathing issues. They have some breathing issues. But your Boston Terrier, that's the dog. Boston Terrier was bred for apartment living. Literally. They took a boxer and a pit bull. That's what a Boston Terrier is. A boxer and a pit bull. And they miniaturized them, grew them together, bred them together. And then the early 20th century, 1920s, they were all over the place in high-rise apartments like in New York and Boston. Because your little Boston Terriers, they don't need like a German Shepherd or your big dogs. They don't need a lot of yard to go running in. As a matter of fact, in general, they like closed spaces. And, I mean, they like their exercise, don't get me wrong. But they don't need a lot of outside maintenance. So people in apartments, in high-rise buildings and stuff like that, that's what got the Boston Terrier popularized. Well, thanks for the history lesson, Pops. You're welcome. Don't we love dogs and cats? My last cat, I loved my last cat. My last cat's name was Cotty. I named her Cotty instead of Kitty. She was Cotty. Cotty! If I just said Cotty, just yell out Cotty into the air, she'd come running and rub against my leg. Here I am. I'm right here. Such a sweet little girl. Makes me want to get another cat. Good morning, Freddie. But I'm not going to. I think I'm just going to stick with Ruffy Duffy. She has a cat named Chicken, and a stepson has a cat named Goose. That's good. I think my next dog, I'm still trying to figure out if I don't think I'm going to get another dog. God forbid Ruffy passes away while I'm still alive. I don't think I should get another one because I'll outlast it. I mean, the dog would outlast me. So somebody would have to be responsible for my dog. Kim, over at the Grow House, we have another Boston Terrier. a little fella. And instead of black and white, he's brown and white. Instead of, yeah, we still have him. His name's Cannoli. Yeah, he stays over at the grow house. He's nowhere near, he's not as smart as Ruff. He's a little on the goofy side. He's a doll. He's as cute as can be. But he's not the sharpest Boston Terrier in the deck. Sharp in the deck. He's adorable. But he's a little over needy. But what do you expect? I mean, he's living with a bunch of mushrooms. He's living with mushrooms. Okay? No, he's gotten a hold of one or two. And I'll tell you, those Boston Terriers like their mushrooms. They like them. They like their mushrooms quite a bit. Speaking of dogs, mine's scratching at the door. Hold on. Come on, Ruff. Get in here, you little booty. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Okay, good morning, everybody. Dogs. I'm in love with my dog. Let's get started here. Actually, Mizu, what happens, good morning, Kev. What happens is I put him outside right about this time, and he goes and does his doogie in the yard, and then he comes back and he scratches at the door to let me know that he wants back in. I still haven't put a doggy door in. I need to put a dog door in, which it's on the things to do list, but I think I'm going to wait until fall. And then he'll get a doggy door and he can let himself in and out like he did at our other place. Good morning. Thank you for everybody for being here this morning. Mizu, he's the best. He's the best. And it's funny because he and Cannoli don't get along very well. Ruff thinks Cannoli is older than Cannoli is. And Cannoli thinks Ruff's a pup. So the two of them, when they get together, they're a little rough on each other, and they would get along eventually if we really socialized them and put them together. Paige, Cannolis are the little guy that lives over at the grow house. He's our little guy that lives at the grow house. He's a little Boston Terrier, brown and white. I wonder, do I have a picture of him? I might have a picture of him. Hold on. One second. You guys are ready for this? Oh, I missed it. That's Cannoli. He loves to be on the camera, too. Yeah, he's a cutie. He's a doll. It's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, though. You know what I mean? When you have like a genius, I'm living with a genius, Ruff. Okay? Jesus Christ, are they really that expensive over there? Hey, Ruff is the OG. But I love dogs so much. Yeah. Cannoli's a little guy too. He hasn't, he's still waiting to fill out. Okay. Speaking of cannolis. Rook could teach him, but I would have to spend a lot of time with the two of them together. And I'm just not ready for it yet. It's nice having Cannoli protect the Shrooms. Okay? Yeah, Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous. Hey, $5,000 for a dog. I have a nephew that just got, and this cat is as adorable as the day is long, a Maine Coon. A Maine Coon kitty cat. Aren't those supposed to be like something special? The Maine Coon. Let me see if I have a picture of the Maine Coon real quick. One second. This is the dog. The cat is as cute as can be. That's their cat and dog. Just a little kitty. And she's the size of a small dog already. Maine Coon, I think they call it. Anyways, back from the pet. No, it wasn't. That was a Labrador Retriever. That was a chocolate lab. Oh yeah, this cat's still a little. They just got it from the breeder. This thing is just a few months old and it's already the size of a small dog. And according to my niece-in-law, she said it's super neat, very, very friendly. It's an extremely friendly little cat. Just wants to sit in her lap. Summerweed, it does look like a Weimaraner from that picture, I agree. It does. Weimaraner, that's a smart dog. The only time in my life I've ever seen was the guy lived across the street from us. And he ended up, long story short, he ended up dating my sister, the little girl that lived across the street, my sister, and they got married. She married the boy across the street. They're still married to this day. 40-something years later. They had a Weimaraner. It's the only dog I've ever seen do this in my life. The dad, Mr. Gormley, in the morning, he'd have his slippers and his bathrobe on, and he would open up the front door to the house, and he'd send Duke, every Weimaraner's named Duke, and he would send Duke out, and Duke would pick up the newspaper in his mouth and deliver the newspaper to the guy standing at the door. How the heck did they... How did you teach a dog to retrieve a newspaper? I know they do it. I know they're supposed to. But wouldn't you love a dog that retrieved a newspaper for you every morning? How much would you like that? Just open the door and boom, the newspaper. Well, that was back in the day when they actually delivered newspapers too. But I used to be so jealous. I'd watch Duke deliver the newspaper to the owner, and then I'd watch 8-Ball, that's my dog, and 8-Ball would just do whatever he felt like doing. Okay? My 8-Ball was just like, I'll do whatever I want. I'm not Duke. Okay? Good morning, everybody. Let's get started here. Food can be a lot of things to a lot of people. It's fuel, it's medicine, it's a reward, it's a crutch. Even if you're not obsessively counting macros, things can get complicated. And that's before you throw psychedelics into the mix. What are you guys saying, Braden? Yeah, that took some training, right, Braden? Joe G's adopted a stray cat. 14 years ago, she had a litter. No, got them all on, okay? So smart, neighborhood. Oh, that sucks. That sucks, Joe. Who would steal someone's cat? You're a bad person. You have a lot of amends to make. Food, and that's before you throw psychedelics into the mix. Whether you're getting ready for your first journey or your 50th, questions around diet often come up. Should you fast? What foods should you avoid? How long before your session should you stop eating? Is this interesting to you guys? Should I go on? Is this an interesting topic for the morning? Talking about our diet pre-journey. This should be interesting, right? We're always finding interesting stuff to share here. So we asked our network of psychedelic practitioners, how should I modify my diet before, during, and after a psychedelic experience? Here is some of their refreshingly simple tips on mindful eating. Okay. Oregon and Colorado made psilocybin legal. Now what? Turns out legal doesn't automatically mean simple. With hundreds of facilitators, big price ranges, and 2 distinct state models, getting started can feel overwhelming. Treat your body like the temple. Physical comfort isn't the only reason, or even the main one, to adjust your diet. According to many practitioners, dialing in your diet is a way to venerate the experience ahead. Venerate, to make holy, to make more sacred, to make more spiritual. As Wallace Murray puts it, preparing the body is an act of respect, and your diet helps you meet the medicine with clarity and reverence. Most agree it's best to start cleaning up your diet at least a few days beforehand. Louis Below recommends removing anything that isn't real food. No processed snacks, no sugar, no packaged junk. Eat whole foods, mostly plants. Oksana Kirsanova explains that removing alcohol, caffeine, sugar, dairy, and processed foods help ensure the plant medicine isn't fighting through blockages or toxins. If it helps keep you honest, treat this preparation as part of a ceremonial process. As Summer McCool suggests, you can think of your diet as part of the ritual, a way of affirming and attuning your body to receive, release, and remember. Fasting. When it comes to fasting before your session, practitioners offered nuanced guidance that goes beyond the simple rules. John Moose recommends fasting for 6 hours, but if people feel low on sugar, they can drink juice or simply eat fruits. His reasoning is sound. You don't want the onset of medicine to hit when you feel full. However, several guides cautioned against rigid fasting protocols. Carla Del Chone, notes that fasting is good if it works for you, but it's not necessary. Avery Colura agrees. I do not personally recommend strict fasting unless it is a practice that already feels supportive in your life. Meaning if you've already been fasting, a faster person, a person that incorporates fasting into their lifestyle and mindfulness, then it makes more sense. But if you're not used to it, she's thinking it might not. For most people, a light, clean, grounding meal a few hours before the journey is enough. Amanda Schendel offers a memorable analogy. Think of your body like a sacred drum. You do not want to muffle it with nachos right before the music starts. The sweet spot is where your body is nourished, but you're not distracted by active digestion during your journey. I understand the stomach issues. And for me, somebody here has mentioned it, bananas have gone a million miles. If I eat a banana before a journey, and I may not have had a real full meal 4, 5, 6 hours before that, a banana in the old tummy just about makes it happen good for me. As well as there's scientific evidence that I'm going to forget exactly what it is in the banana right now, but there's active compounds in the banana that help the conversion from psilocybin to psilocin. Trust your instincts. Maybe the most important theme across the responses was the emphasis on tuning inward. Yeah, it's chitten or something like that. Chitin. That's right, Tribal. Is it, Herbie, do we pronounce it chitten or chitin? Which is it? Maybe the most important theme across responses was the chitin. Thank you, Paige. Chitin, that's what I thought. Thank you, you smarty pantsers out there. Good job. You guys should be hosting this. We should have Paige host this sometime. Rather, the most important theme across responses was the emphasis on tuning inward for guidance rather than following rigid rules. G.V. Freeman suggests you ask the medicine what you're supposed to eat. While Clara McKinley advises paying attention to intention. Why are you reaching for certain foods or drinks? Are you nourishing yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually? Post-journey nutrition requires the same mindful approach. Mary Decker reminds us to nourish our body with clean, supportive foods to aid integration. I think she'd be great, Kim. And Avery warns against punishing yourself in the name of discipline. Let your body guide you. Cravings might show up. Emotions might surge. Appetites may change. But don't rush to cleanse or restrict. Instead, ask, what would feel nourishing right now? As for how to access that inner wisdom, Leah Bayless offers some practical advice. Soften into your body and ask, what foods help my brain and my body feel stabilized and clear? Notice inner guidance as feelings, images, or words arise. I'm in complete agreement with Shrooms in chocolate. Chocolate bars or chocolate candies or something like that. And the shrooms with the chocolate, the chocolate helps the shroom synthesis, but it tastes good, and it is good for our stomachs and our coating. It's an incredibly powerful combination. It's a very powerful combination. Make sure if you're doing chocolate, shrooms with chocolate, that you know your provider. Because there's a whole group of people out there selling prepackaged products that they're saying has shrooms in it that is not. There was a company last year put over 180 people in the hospital from bogus products that they were selling. We have a whole article here about it I didn't get into this week. Make sure that you know your provider if you're not making them for yourself. I don't think, Paige, it doesn't really seem to for me. The bottom line is, approach food. Yeah, it was something like that, Nerdy. Yes. The bottom line is, approach food with the same intentionality you'd bring to any other aspect of your psychedelic preparation. But we would take it a step further. Let's expand the concept of diet beyond just food. For instance, what information are you consuming? What conversations are you having? What content are you watching? Those are all part of our spiritual diet, aren't they? I love that. We forget about our spiritual diet often. At least we get a good meal here every day. We get a breakfast here 5 days a week. Think of it this way. If you wouldn't journey with a stomach full of junk food, you probably don't want to journey with a mind preoccupied from hours of doom scrolling either. Now here's our super duper advanced pro tip. Are you ready? You don't need to have a psychedelic trip planned to take good care of yourself. We should be looking at our diet whether we're going on a journey or not. Am I right? That's really the bottom line. We should live our lives with a cleaner diet in both the things we consume physically, but the things that we consume mentally. It's one of the reasons pornography makes me gross out nowadays. When I used to do it, I used to watch I used to masturbate and watch it. And you know what happens with pornography, like anything else, the more you do it, the better you get at it. What does that mean? It means you dive deeper and deeper into depravity. It means each and every person that you're seeing on the screen becomes an object, a phony. And then you get out in the world and you expect people to be like that because your brain programmed it. And it's not enough that you look at one person doing something. Now you got to watch 3 people do it. And then it gets more and more and more. And pretty soon you're lost in the depravity of it. And it's not because you're a bad person. That's not why. It's because you're consuming. It's because you're putting it in. It's hard to act respectful to girls, women, ladies, dolls, when you just mind done things. And then the final thing about, and I'm hitting this twice this week, pornography, because pornography ruins relationships. Men get intimate with themselves and they forget to be intimate with their partner. And it becomes easier and it's just easier. So you don't put the time in to be intimate to your partner. You don't give them the romance. You don't give them the mental and love support that they're due because that's your partner. Ruins relationships. And if anybody's gotten into pornography, they also know this. You get a mental thing, and whoever it is that you're watching, you're having an affair with them. You're pretending it's your girlfriend or your wife or your partner. You literally have a mental affair. Go do that a couple of times a day. Even a couple times a week. How strong is your relationship with your partner going to be? It's a difficult topic, isn't it, you guys? You don't like hearing me talk about it, do you? You don't like hearing me talk about this, do you? Because the dream of the world says we're not supposed to talk about it. We're supposed to do it in the dark, in a closet, and be ashamed of it, so don't tell anybody. That's what the dream of the world says. Don't discuss those things. Men, we gotta be cleaner. I'm speaking to men. I don't know about women. I can't speak to them. But I can speak to men. And I know that some of you, myself included in the past, got too deep into that crap. And it did not help my relationship. It made it worse. And all I can say today is I feel, my self-image and my self-love for myself for not having to go to that dirty spot. Because to me it was, if I look back now, I was dirty. I just was. I was dirty because I was a liar. I was dirty because I was having affairs. Every time I went there. It feels so much better to not have to. All for 15 minutes of bullshit release to ruin my relationship and with my wife and ultimately the kids and the families and ruin my concept of womanhood and everything. Today, I'm proud that I can talk about it and ask men to live cleaner lives. Ask men. Women, you can speak to each other. I don't have a right to speak to you on this topic. I can just tell you that I appreciate you more now than I ever would when I'm not including you as a sex object. You are not sex objects. That is not what you're here for. You're here to teach us mycology over the centuries. That's what you're here for. You're here to be our witches. So enough said, but come on, man. If you're in it, clean it up. You're going to feel a whole lot better about it. There, Jolie just said it. It's real. Like, let's not pretend that this isn't a topic on the planet. It's not one we have to talk about all the time, but it's very real. How could you be intimate with your partner if you were just intimate with a phony on a screen? Yeah, that whole OnlyFans business, come on. Come on. Those girls, if you're smart enough to have an OnlyFans page, and know how to work all of that, and you can, man, there's so many opportunities for you out there. You don't need to be doing that. So it becomes an addiction. It becomes an addiction. It'd be the same thing as, why don't you just snort cocaine in the married bed? Move over, honey. I'm going to do a few lines. Yeah, she's going to love that. Move over, honey. I can't pay the bills, but I got Coke. I got plenty of Coke here. Catzilla, I'm giving you too much information, am I? I think this is an important topic. I think it's an important topic. Not one that we should dwell on. But men, be more impeccable. No, Iranian. I am not Iranian. I'm half French. So it is an important topic, especially, again, I'm hitting men, only men. I know women have their thing too, and but I have no platform to speak to women. My platform, because I was a pornographer guy. I know what's going on in that business. I don't mean business, but I mean in that addiction, that preoccupation. I can relate to it. And I can tell you that remove it from your life and you will have a better life. Period. End of story. We're in the 4 Agreements book. Enough said, Pops. Made some people nervous out there. Okay? Made some people nervous. Might have even, well, nobody left. That's good. We're in the 2nd chapter, page 25 of the 1st agreement. Yesterday, somebody wrote to me and said, hey, Pops, do you have any more on the books? I don't have any more right now. I don't have any more books for sale here, but you can go on Amazon for $7.40 and put in an order, and it's in your house in 2 days. Boom, boom. They must have 1 million of these sitting on the shelf at the local center, and you'll get it as fast as you can. The 1st agreement. Be impeccable with your word. I'm going to also add in there, but we're not going to get carried away on this one. Men, be impeccable with your penis. Hello? Be impeccable with your penis, too. Don't let your penis do the thinking for you. The 1st agreement is the most important one. And it's also the most difficult one to honor. It is so important that with this 1st agreement, you will be able to transcend the level of existence I call heaven on earth. The 1st agreement is to be impeccable with your word. sounds very simple, but it's very, very powerful. Why your word? Your word is the power to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from your higher power. We're not doing religion here. But in almost every single religion, and by the way, that was my area of expertise, history of religions and theology. You go back through time, at the core foundation belief of almost every religion, man-made religion, has something to do with breath. Breathing life into something. Barashith, Hebrew for breath. And it's not just breath like breathing, it's the spirit in us that breathes out. There's a scripture in the Bible, no religion. This is one of my favorite scriptures of all time, and I lean on it when I'm practicing being impeccable with my word. Our tongue is one of the smallest organs in our body. Teeny little fella. Just a little guy. You know what's interesting about the tongue? It's shaped a lot like a flame. Right? Have you ever lit a match? There's that shape. The tongue is very close to the shape of a flame. Yeah, you better believe it. With just your tongue, you can start a whole forest fire. Just your tongue. You can start a forest fire. Now, I can do it with my hands too, but I have to start that forest fire right in front of me. I can start forest fires in Albania with my tongue. The Gospel of John in the Bible speaks of creation of the universe, says, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. That's your Judeo-Christian foundation. Through the Word, you express your creative power. It is through the Word that you manifest everything. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent manifests through your word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the word. The scripture, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. What does that mean? That means whatever you abundantly have in your heart is what's going to spill out of your mouth. If you're cranky, you're mean, you're angry, you're a bully, you're a creepy guy, and it's abundantly in your heart, it's coming out of your mouth. You can't keep it in. The abundance of the heart overflows and spills out your mouth. You'll know what somebody's like just by listening to them. What do they talk about? What are their conversations? I often use Michael Patterson here as an example. The few conversations I've had with Michael, I can see an abundantly yogistic heart. I just made that word up. But I think he practices. That's why his heart has more of that in it. I can't picture Michael Patterson bullying somebody. I can't picture it. It's not in my frame of reference. Because I don't think it's in his heart. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will be manifested through the words you speak. The word is not just a sound or a written symbol. The word is a force. It's a power you have to express and to communicate, to think and thereby create the events in your life. We manifest the events in our life. It's one of the reasons I ask you to avoid pornography. Because you're going to manifest an event in your life that isn't romantic, and it isn't sexual. It's just physical, addicting, relationship blowing. And you manifested that. You chose it. You decided to do that. The goal is the practice, and the practice is the goal. If we really understood, and I'm gaining this understanding, if we really understood how powerful our words were, how much power each of us individually have, it would, if you could see your power, just see it, like be outside yourself and see your power, like an aura kind of a thing, you would be blown away at how much power you have. How many people you impact, how much goodness you can spread on a planet, how many wonderful things you can do and say. And then you can also see the power you have to hurt and to blame and to gossip and to destroy and tear apart and tear down. And we're using the same vehicle to do it. You can speak. What other animal on the planet can speak? Do you know how blessed we are? I mean, cows moo. That's about the best they can do. They moo at each other. Look what we can do. The word is the most powerful tool you have as a human. It's a tool of magic. I love that. I love knowing I'm a magician. Poof. Abracadabra. Abracadabra, I can make you feel like crap. Abracadabra, I can make you feel amazing. That's magic. It's a tool of magic. But it has two sides. This magic has two sides, doesn't it? It's like a sword with two edges. Your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. One edge is the misuse of the word, which creates a living hell. Those nights when you can't even sleep in the same bed as your significant other. You have to sleep on the couch. And you're building up a resume that you'll remind each other of. Remember when you did. And the list gets bigger and longer. Living hell. And we did that. We created that environment in our home. We let our kids see it. We let our kids see us fight and misuse words at each other. their own mom, the lady that they revere, and we'll call her a bitch right in front of the kids. Think of the power. Think of what you're creating when you do that. Not only are you ruining a relationship with your significant other, but you're impacting and rippling little fellas that you made. And don't say you don't do it, because we all have. We've all been in that living hell. Admit it. There's a lot of power in telling the truth. Admit it. Have you created living hell in your home? Of course you have. And it's not because you're a bad person. It's because you're living the dream of the world. I'm so glad to see you guys admit it, especially men right now. I'm so proud of you guys. I mean it sincerely. We have to admit it. We do that. We've done it. And that tells you what kind of power you have. Herbie goes, I did it yesterday. Herbie, it's only 24 hours ago. You can fix it. We're not just human. We're living in the dream of the world when we can't control our tongue. When we don't understand the power of what we're putting on people. You can create, with the misuse of the word, you create living hell in your own life and those around you, especially those you love and the ones you made. The other edge of this magic sword is the impeccability of the word. That will only create beauty and love and heaven on earth. You want a peaceful home? Speak peace into it. You want a kind and nourishing home? Speak it into your home. You have the power. You can change complete environments with one or two words. Depending on how the word is used, it can either set you free or it can enslave you more than you've ever known. All the magic you possess is based on the word. I'm going to love to get into, we're going to talk about it after this book, we're going to get into some NLP. I used to be an NLP practitioner, teaching neuro-linguistic programming. Power of the word. The vocabulary we use and the symbols we create with that vocabulary. Change your vocabulary, you can change your life. Swear off a few words that you've been using that are negative. Swear them off. Make it a practice. I don't say the fuck word anymore. I'm just not going to use that word. I'll replace it with something wonderful. I'm not going to use the word stupid. I'm not going to use the word loser. I'm not going to use the word failure. I'll replace all of those. Failure becomes feedback. Stupid becomes, I just didn't understand. Loser becomes, I still have stuff to learn. There's words you're using, and there's certain words that you've used over time that you've learned can trigger your partner. Tell me I'm wrong. You've learned over time, hey, there's a good one. I really want to get to him this time. Boom, throw the word. Yay, scored. I'm under their skin. Those are the words that you want to practice off. It wouldn't be a bad idea to sit down and make a list. Just a few, 5, 8. You're not going through a whole dictionary. Just these are 5 words that I use a lot that have the power in them as a negative power. The power of these words is negative. I want to avoid them. The word is so powerful. The word is so powerful that one word can change a life or destroy the lives of millions of people. MVP I have too, and isn't that, if I look back, I'm like, why, I could have a totally different relationship with that stranger. Even the one that cut me off. I can have a relationship if I understand that I don't understand. Maybe they're pregnant. Maybe they're on the way to the hospital. Who knows? I'm not in their life. I don't know why they did that. But to flip them off, run out of the road rage. I wonder how I'm using my word. Some years ago, one man in Germany, by the use of the word, manipulated a whole country of the most intelligent people. He led them into a world war with the power of his word. Oh, he could speak. He could give a speech. He could zig-heil you up real good. He even taught you how to do the perfect salute. He convinced others to commit the most atrocious acts of violence. How did he do it? He activated people's fear. He activated people's fear. And then we talked about this 3 weeks ago. He dehumanized the whole spectrum of people and made it okay. They're nothing more than dogs and cats. They're vermin. He convinced a nation with the power of his word that a whole group of people were vermin, and as such should be wiped out. He activated people's fear with the word. And like a big explosion, there was killing and war, not just in Germany, all around the world. Next thing you know, the planet is on fire. All over the world, humans destroyed each other. And other humans were afraid of each other. Hitler's word, based on fear-generated beliefs and our agreements, will be remembered for centuries. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. Why I ask you to stay away from pornography. The seeds are opinions and ideas and concepts. You plant a seed, you plant a thought, it's going to grow. The word is like a seed, and the human mind is so fertile. The only problem is that often it's fertile for the seeds of fear. Every human mind is fertile, but they're only fertile for the kind of seeds that we're prepared to receive. My mind is prepared as I prepare and work and practice to prepare my mind to be fertile for goodness and kindness. It is not fertile to gossip. It is not fertile to cuss. It is not fertile to make sexual objects of people. It is not fertile to hurt. What's important is for us to see what kind of seeds are our mind fertile for. And prepare our minds for the seeds of love. What you say is what prepares you. The words that come out of you are what prepare you. Take the example of Hitler. He sent out all those seeds of fear, and they grew very strong and beautifully achieved massive destruction. Seeing the awesome power of the word, we must understand what power comes out of our mouths. One fear or doubt planted in our mind can create an endless drama of events. One word is like a spell. And humans use this word like negative magicians, thoughtlessly putting spells on each other. We're learning here that our words put spells. The world doesn't understand that. They don't know it. They're not even focused on it. They're still focused on the Rolex. They're still focused on attention. They want your attention. They want your acceptance. And they thoughtlessly put spells on each other. Every human is a magician. And we can either put a spell on someone with our word, or we can release someone from a spell. We cast spells all the time, especially with our opinions. We'll pick this up next week. It's getting heavy here. And we're going to be really talking about the word impeccability. What does it mean? And let's do some more practicing on it. Give me 5 people that say my word is super duper powerful. I haven't understood the power of my word, but I'm going to start paying more attention to it. Can someone tell me that? I'm really starting to understand the power of my word. And my intent is going to be to start using it in a positive way. Understand the power of your word. Derek, that's so sweet. We all do. Derek Anderson. Tessa, that's beautiful. Just the fact that you say that is giving you the power and making your brain fertile for goodness and kindness. We have no idea. There's people you've impacted in their lives, deeply impacted. You don't even know it to this day, sitting in your chair wherever you are. You have no idea the impact that you had on somebody because of what you said. And there's some people out there that are just absolutely glowing about you because of the wonderful things you said. And then there's some other people out there that you've deeply hurt because of the words that you said. We can do it all different starting today. Just practice. 10 seconds before you're going to say something, say it in your brain. if it's not going to come out impeccable, if it's not going to come out with words of goodness and kindness, keep that thought to yourself. Because you're just fertilizing the part of your brain that isn't love. You're manifesting the wrong thing. So the biggest practice in impeccability is say the words in your brain before you say them out loud. Boy, we've gone a little over today. I love you guys so much. I love being here. I love talking about the four agreements. I do, because when I'm preaching, quote unquote, who's the first person that's hearing what I'm saying? Who's the first person that hears what I'm saying? Niffy, who's the first person that hears what I'm saying? That's right, Derek, I am. It goes from here to here real fast. Boom. I am. So trust me when I tell you guys I'm preaching to myself and practicing. The first person that hears the words that come out of your mouth is you. The words that you're going to say is you. What do you want to fertilize your brain with? Good words or bad words? Have a great weekend, you guys. I'll see you here next week, next Monday. You've made my week. It's been a wonderful week. And I'm hesitating to leave because that means I won't get to see you guys Saturday and Sunday. But I'll sure be thinking about you. And if anybody out there needs something, you reach out to me and you let me know. Derek Anderson and Oreo and Tribal Science and Nipper Mama and Mizu. It was nice to see you this morning, little Kev. And Niffy and Hags and HB and Marky Z and Joe D's and Jesus Christ in Australia. And Joey and Susu Littlemeyer and Captain Obvious. Robert Desmond Oreo, Billy D, Cat Meow Zilla Oreo, Jesus Christ. MVP. Derek Anderson, MVP, it's so sweet when I see you here. Tribal Science and Herbie. Kimberly, International Kindness Ambassador. MVP and Oreo and Neo Simplex. Michael Patterson, thank you for letting me talk about you. Sean T. Tribal Science, Pidgey Page. Jesus Christ and Derek and Hags. Have a wonderful weekend. Give moms a hug. And that little grandchild. Cleaning. Excuse me. Excuse me, Cleany. And Tribal Science, love you too. Herbie and Jolie, good morning. Mizu and Marky Z and Trenty T. And Joe D's and Captain Obvious. Nippy, it's a beautiful day at the gym. Mizu and Tessa, thank you for being here, Tessa. Jesus Christ and Derek Anderson and Pidgey Page. And Sue and Dan Doe. Let's go. Jesus Christ and married Michael and Marky Z. Michael Patterson, my guy. Jesus Christ and Tessa. MVP. Pops. Peace. Prepare the brain for kindness by manifesting words of kindness. Pops out.